The sun was just rising over Abu Dhabi when the calm of the early morning was broken by the distant sound of sirens. On the streets, the blue and red lights of the Abu Dhabi Police patrol cars reflected against the glass buildings, moving with purpose. Every day begins like this for the officers of Abu Dhabi Police, not with fear, but with pride. Their slogan, "Your safety is our goal," is not just a phrase written on cars and uniforms, it is a promise they live by. Each officer understands that safety is not only about catching criminals, it is about protecting every family, every child, every visitor who steps into this city. From bustling roads to quiet neighborhoods, their presence can be felt early in the morning and late into the night. Some officers begin their shift in the control room, where hundreds of CCTV cameras show live footage from across the city. They monitor roads, malls, beaches and highways, ready to respond to anything unusual. Others patrol in their vehicles, checking on residential streets and high-security areas. The day is unpredictable. One minute they are helping a lost tourist who cannot find her hotel, the next minute they are rushing to assist at the scene of a traffic accident. Even when responding to emergencies, their discipline and calm behavior make citizens feel protected rather than scared. One officer stops to help an elderly man whose car has broken down in the middle of the road. Instead of simply calling a tow truck, he helps push the car aside and gives the old man water. Another child riding a bicycle without a helmet. Instead of scolding him, he kneels down, speaks kindly, and explains why safety rules save lives. These small actions build trust between the police and the people. The city is full of different nationalities, cultures and languages, yet the officers treat everyone equally. They act not as rulers, but as guardians. They work with hospitals, fire departments and rescue teams to make sure every emergency is handled with precision. In schools, officers don't just visit to check security, they teach children about cyber safety, road awareness and anti-bullying. In shopping malls, they smile at families while staying alert to suspicious behavior. Tourists often ask for photos with them, impressed by their professionalism and warmth. Whether it is a festival, a marathon or a royal event, they plan months in advance to ensure smooth operations. Behind every peaceful moment in the city, there is a network of officers, technicians and coordinators silently working. Even their vehicles are equipped with the latest technology, fingerprint scanners, instant database access and real-time communication systems. But beyond technology, what makes them special is humanity. Every salute they give, every life they save, every tear they wipe, proves that safety is more than a task, it is a legacy. Episode 2 to 600 words. It was late at night when a young mother dialed 999 with trembling hands. Her child was struggling to breathe. Within minutes, an Abu Dhabi police patrol arrived alongside an ambulance. The officer calmly lifted the child in his arms while guiding the mother with reassuring words. He did not just transport them, he stayed in the hospital until the doctor confirmed the child was safe. Stories like this are common, though rarely captured on camera. The officers do not seek fame or praise. Their satisfaction comes from knowing they protected someone's life. Many people think police work is only about chasing criminals, but in reality, most of their day involves kindness, counseling and guidance. Domestic disputes, lost children, stranded travelers, injured animals, no call is ignored. They treat every cry for help with seriousness because to them, safety means emotional security as well as physical protection. In desert areas, they conduct rescue missions for hikers and campers who lose direction. On highways, they warn drivers about sandstorms and accidents ahead using digital road signs. In coastal zones, their marine patrols watch over swimmers and fishermen. Their drone units scan wide areas during events to spot dangers before they grow. Technology gives them speed, but compassion gives them purpose. They also fight cybercrime, tracking online scammers and hackers who try to steal personal data. Workshops are held to teach families how to protect children from online threats. Community policing is another powerful part of their strategy. Officers visit neighborhoods not only when there is trouble, but also during normal days to listen to residents. They organize cultural events, sports competitions and awareness campaigns to build unity. The public feels comfortable approaching them because they are seen as friends, not strangers. During Ramadan, they distribute iftar meals to workers on the road. When heavy rains flood certain areas, they help clean and drain water instead of waiting for others to come. Their patience is as strong as their courage. They risk their lives daily, yet remain humble. Many officers have missed their own family celebrations because they were busy protecting others. Their children grow up proud, knowing their parent is a hero in uniform. Midnight patrols continue as the city sleeps. A patrol car stops near a taxi driver resting by the roadside. The officer gives him water and asks if he is okay. At another corner, a group of teenagers is playing music loudly. Instead of scolding them harshly, the officer explains respectfully about noise rules. Discipline with dignity, that is their style. When the shift ends, the officers return tired but satisfied. The sun rises again, and a new team takes over. The cycle of protection never ends. Their message is clear: justice with kindness, strength with humility, protection with honor. They do not just wear a badge, they carry a promise: your safety is our goal. The night sky over Abu Dhabi was unusually quiet when a call came through the control center. A vehicle had overturned on a remote stretch of desert highway. There were no nearby towns, no traffic, only endless sand and silence. Within moments, the nearest patrol unit and emergency rescue team were dispatched. Navigating through darkness and shifting dunes is challenging, but the officers were trained for the unexpected. Their powerful 4x4 vehicles cut through the terrain with precision. As they approached the accident site, dust clouds revealed the scene. A family SUV flipped on its side, its headlights flickering weakly. A father stood outside in shock, trying to calm his two children trapped inside. Without hesitation, the officers stepped into action. One assessed the injured while another used specialized hydraulic tools carried in the patrol vehicle to open the jammed door. The children were gently removed and given oxygen. The mother, injured but conscious, held her daughter's hand tightly. She whispered prayers, tears falling. The officer placed his hand on her shoulder, assuring her that she was safe now. In that moment, ranks and rules did not matter, humanity came first. While waiting for the ambulance to arrive, one officer turned on the vehicle's emergency lights not to alert others, but to create a sense of security. In the middle of the desert, surrounded by darkness, those lights became a symbol of life. Another officer entertained the frightened children by giving them his police cap to wear, making them smile despite their fear. These gestures were not part of official protocol, but they were part of the heart that every officer carried. Soon after, the Abu Dhabi Police Air Wing helicopter arrived, its floodlights illuminating the scene like a stage of hope. The rescue team coordinated quickly, lifting the injured mother into the aircraft. The father hesitated, unsure if he should go or stay with his car. The officer gently told him, "Your car can be replaced. Your family cannot." Those words broke his silence, and he stepped into the helicopter with gratitude in his eyes. As the aircraft took off, the officers stayed behind to secure the accident site. They collected damaged belongings, ensured no fuel leakage could cause further danger, and reported the road status to the control center. Once the mission was complete, they stood for a brief moment in silence, watching the helicopter disappear into the night sky. It was a successful rescue, yet they never celebrated. To them, saving lives is not an achievement. It is a responsibility. But their work did not end there. The following day, an officer visited the family in the hospital. He brought a small toy for the children and asked if they needed any assistance. The father was overwhelmed, not by the accident, but by the humility of those who saved him. He expected uniformed officers to be strict and distant, but instead found protectors who acted like brothers. The story spread quickly in the neighborhood, inspiring others to view police not as authority figures to fear, but as guardians to trust. The rescue later became part of a safety awareness campaign, teaching drivers about the dangers of late-night travel without proper rest. Yet, the officers who were involved asked not to be named. They preferred to stay in the background, anonymous heroes of the desert. For them, honor was not in medals or recognition, it was in the quiet knowledge that someone slept safely because of their effort. Their patrol continued as usual the next night. Different roads, different calls, different challenges, but the same promise beating in every heartbeat. No matter how dark the night or how distant the road, if someone cries for help, Abu Dhabi Police will arrive. Not as enforcers, but as protectors. Not with power alone, but with compassion. Their mission never ends, because safety never sleeps.